So it says in Parsha Vayigash, after this very dramatic revealing of Yosef to his brothers, and Yosef, V'yipal Tavrei Binyamin, and of course emotional connection that happened between Yosef and Binyamin, V'nashi Cholechav, V'yevkaleim V'achrin Dibro Echavitoi. So they reconnected, and clearly this became an incredibly publicized event. Vakol nishma beis paroi lemor bo ache Yosef. And right away, it didn't take long for Paro to find out that the brothers of Yosef are here. And this is an incredible event where Yosef now, his identity is now clear. V'itav b'nei Paro v'nei avodav. And instead of maybe a possible reaction of negativity, what does this mean? Maybe suspicion. No, fakert. There was a positive. Vayitav b'nei Paro v'nei avodav. Paro and his servants were very happy. So what were they happy about? What was the reason for their joy? So the Sephorah says something really amazing. He says, Vayitav b'nei Paro shechoshav, because Paro calculated as follows. Paro was not certainly not a foolish man. He was an extremely intelligent and brilliant man. To be able to have that kind of leadership and that kind of power, clearly you can't do that by being a fool. And the Torah and the Sephorah are expressing what would obviously be a perspective of Paro that's not based on false calculations. If the Sephorah is relating this to us, it must be that indeed this is the way it is. This is reality in terms of Paro's thinking, and that it's a valid thinking, and that is shechishev shemikan ve'elach tia hashkochas Yosef aloretz lo kashkochas ger manhig avol kashkochas ezrach toshav l'shavas birds hu v'zaro. There's a different mentality Paro is thinking now from Yosef than he than was before. Basically, now that I found out that he's really a Jew who is rooted in Eretz Yisrael, and now that the brothers are here, so his calculation is, I'm going to have a different Yosef on my hands. I'm going to have a different worker here. The person who has been here earlier was clearly a person who's hashkachas Yosef lo kashkachas germanik. He's a ger. He's a leader, and he's certainly doing an amazing job. But at the end of the day, he's not really entrenched here. But when you have an intention of being here, for the long haul, it's different. There's a different attitude. There's a greater level of commitment. Incredible words. And in this regard, he's going to use his entire heart to benefit Mitzrayim and all of its inhabitants. So what we see here, it's really, again, it's something that sort of challenges us really almost daily in terms of the ultimate question of, are we doing the best we can? I think anybody who saw those videos about the Siyam Hashas, these individuals who are put into unbelievably challenging situations and are able to bring everything they have to bear to meet that challenge of learning every single day, and all types of situations in life where there are super inspiring stories of people who you'd say it's not possible to have this level of commitment. And sometimes the truth of the matter is, without that challenge, you can't bring that level. I mean, it's something that we have to draw into, into our deepest recesses of what we have. But what we see from here is that even Yosef, as dedicated as he was, Paro understood that his dedication is somewhat limited. When you see yourself as an Ezrach, when you see yourself as somebody who is here fully, that's one level. That's going to be a greater degree. Did Yosef show any laziness? Did Yosef show any lack of commitment? Of course not. He was a tireless worker. He did whatever he can. But by definition, it can't. I mean, it's really an important level, and important message on many levels. Sometimes, we're the boss, so we're expecting the workers to be as dedicated as we are. It's not shaykh. Paro didn't have a tain on Yosef. Why don't you give me everything you've got? He's giving him everything he's got. But that means, if we had a different mentality or a different situation, if we put into a different position and perspective, then we can bring more to the situation. So it's really something that we have to sort of understand that, judging and looking at somebody else, understand that there are limitations to what you can bring based on the emotional connection to any given situation. There was no tzvi here on Yosef and not giving what he would be giving when he is entrenched and permanently in the land, because it's just not possible. It's a different perspective. You're here for the short haul. So you're giving everything you've got, but you have more to give. You have more to give if you'd be in a different situation. If you'd be here permanently, you'd have more to give because you'd find a greater level of emotional connection to this endeavor. It's very amazing to see how power recognizing the Torah is conveying to us that these different levels of commitments and emotions and dedication exist within a person. As much as we think we're that dedicated, there are limitations. So, number one, to understand that from the outsider looking at somebody, it's not sometimes a question of a complaint. You have to, what can a person bring based on the conditions that he has. But also it's important for us, if in terms of us, our personal dedication of things. If we were to put ourselves in a situation where our mindset would be different, where we would not look at ourselves, just as an example of the issue of that we're in Golus, and then are we here permanently? Do we look at our position here in Los Angeles or anywhere we are in the world as sort of a permanent position, which affects our attitude, affects the way we daven for Yerushalayim, the way we hope for Mashiach. Every little aspect of where we put ourselves and how we put ourselves in situations affects our perspective. And on the flip side, we're not going to pray, we're not going to be longing when we see ourselves as being, very comfortable and very entrenched. This is who I am. That's one level of an emotional relationship to a situation. If we're looking at ourselves as somebody who's here for the short haul because we hope to have the Gula B'Meir Yameinu. Are we here in life for the short haul, or are we here going to be here forever? When we think that we're here forever, then we treat our challenges spiritually in one way. If we recognize we're here for a short visit, 120 years flies by like nothing, and then we have a different perspective. So the idea that we're sort of who we are, and we have what we have to give is not true. We have what we have to give based on the emotional situation. Some we can't control, but some we can. Some we can create a different perspective based on looking at our situation differently. For Be'ez Hashem, we can really keep this in mind and recognize that what we have in any given situation depends on our emotional connection and our particular place in a particular position of time, and Be'ez Hashem, we can sort of understand that and work on it so that we can, Be'ez Hashem, bring more to any given situation and become the best of the Hashem that we could possibly be.